Stop telling yourself you are a nice guy. You are just harmless. If you are incapable of saying no or defending yourself, that isn't kindness. It is cowardice disguised as virtue. 1. The Fawn response. You probably know about fight or flight. Right. But psychology has a fourth response called fawn. In nature, when prey cannot escape, it tries to please the predator to survive. Your brain is doing the exact same thing. When you face someone aggressive or powerful, you instantly smile and agree. That is not being polite. That is your nervous system hijacking your behavior to keep you safe from harm. Have you ever agreed to do a favor you hated just because your chest tightened with fear? That is the fawn response. You are trading your self-respect for a fake sense of safety. Pay attention to your body. If you feel a tight chest or a fake smile coming on, do not answer immediately. Force yourself to pause for 5 seconds before you speak. This breaks the automatic people-pleasing loop. 2. Childhood conditioning. Most of this toxic behavior starts when you are very young. You likely had parents who only showed love when you were good, silent, or obedient. You learned a painful lesson. Your needs do not matter. Only theirs do. Do you remember hiding your tears just to avoid making your parents angry? That is not normal. That is emotional conditioning. You grew up believing that to be loved, you must suppress your true self. Now, you subconsciously treat every friend and boss like a parent you desperately need to impress. Practice healthy disappointment. Intentionally decline a small, insignificant request today to prove to your brain that the world will not end if you aren't perfect. 3. The fear of conflict. You convince yourself that you are a peacemaker, but in reality, you are just terrified of tension. You swallow your true opinions and agree with things you detest just to keep the atmosphere calm. This is not kindness. It is actually a form of dishonesty. You are robbing people of the chance to know the real you because you are hiding behind a mask of agreeableness. How many times have you said, "I'm fine with anything," when you actually wanted pizza? You are prioritizing your own safety over the truth. Start small. The next time someone asks for your opinion on something low stakes like food or a movie, force yourself to give a specific, honest answer instead of saying whatever you want. 4. Transactional relationships. Here's a brutal truth. Your kindness is often a hidden transaction, what psychology calls a covert contract. You operate on an unwritten rule. If I sacrifice for you, you owe me. Let's look at a real scenario. You spend 2 hours listening to a friend vent about their problems. You don't do this because you genuinely want to listen, but because you secretly expect them to ask about your bad day in return. When they just say thanks and hang up without checking on you, you feel resentful and used? Sound familiar? That anger proves your listening wasn't a gift. It was a debt you tried to force on them without their consent. You are setting traps, not building connections. Before you do something nice, perform the zero return test. Ask yourself, if I get absolutely nothing in return, not even a thank you, would I still do this? If the answer is no, stop immediately. 5. Loss of self-identity. When you spend years being a chameleon, changing your colors to fit in with everyone else, you eventually forget what your real color is. You become a mirror, reflecting what others want to see. You start dating someone new who loves hiking. You buy hiking boots and act like you love nature, even though you hate bugs and sweat. A month later, you don't even know who you are anymore. You aren't just adapting, you are erasing yourself. Start a self-discovery journal. Every evening, write down one thing you genuinely liked and one thing you disliked that day. It sounds simple, but it forces your brain to reconnect with your actual feelings instead of your people-pleasing programming. 6. True kindness requires power. There is a massive difference between being good and being harmless. If you are incapable of saying no or defending yourself, you are not a nice person, you are just weak. True virtue requires the capacity for danger, but the choice to be gentle. If a rabbit does not eat a wolf, is the rabbit virtuous? No, the rabbit is simply helpless. Do you really control your kindness? Or does your fear control you? Unless you have the strength to set boundaries, your niceness is just a survival tactic, not a moral choice. You must develop teeth to truly be kind. Practice saying no without offering an excuse. Next time someone asks for a favor you cannot do, simply say, "I can't do that." Do not apologize or explain. Sit with the awkwardness. This builds your mental muscle.